So what we see here, at some we have some courtyards, at some we don't have. And what is the quickest kind of shift through this or condition to this? Adding sort of a volume, right? So if I grab a volume, for now I'll be deleting this because now we'll be dealing with the uh, courtyards, right? Or the words in between. So what I'll be doing is I'll be dispatching or separating these meshes based on their volumes. So like if I grab a smaller then if I say 250, of course if you take look, maybe it's too small, too big. Okay, it's fine. And then if I grab a dispatch, this is going to be my dispatching pattern. And if I grab a mesh, just to make sure we don't overlap cables, and if I grab two meshes here, one here, one here. So let's see what we are taking a look at. So these are the smaller ones, these are the bigger ones. And if I increase this, see larger kind of things. And the ones that we'll be working with are these. And what we are going to do now is basically we'll be scaling these down, right? So if I grab a scale in U, okay, and let's grab the scale in U. We'll be scaling these guys, we'll be scaling them based on their centers. So this is going to be their centers, and Z is going to be like, let's say 2, because we want to make sure that they're exceeding it, right? I mean, we can always increase this. We want to have this large kind of long kind of interaction. And what we are going to do for the XY will be making it smaller so that we can take those pieces out, right? And how I will be doing that. So if I go to domain if I go to math under domain remap numbers, I'll be remapping my values of, like, let's say, maybe I can grab a point here just to create sort of a space for myself and connect it into my plane here. Okay, and then just pull it up. And what I'll be doing here next is to remap these values. So I go to bounce and flatten this, because I just need the beginning and the end of this list, and I need to flatten this in to see how it starts and how it ends. And the target is going to be now my scaling value. So if I create another domain, like let's say between 0.25, smaller ones get 0.25 scale to have the void in between. The larger ones or the longer or the bigger ones gets half of it, or maybe 40%. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, and these are my mapped values, but why I don't see, I see a 0. What is this? No meshes. Why I see no meshes? This is a bit weird. Oh, because yeah, where I am getting this list is it's having zeros there because of they're not sort of closed, or we don't have any values for meshes. But let's check if this is gonna work. Okay, it's actually working now, and what I'm seeing is these ones, the larger ones that are intersecting through, and the ones that we don't see, they're not there. They belong to these guys. Okay, so the next step that I'm gonna do is mesh difference. Now I'll be taking this out from my original meshes, right? and my original meshes are these meshes. So copy this and paste, copy this and paste over here, and let's see how it goes. I'll be, of course, making this a big group, color it up with white. And now, if I preview all this off, see, I have the courtyards, and the courtyards are changing with this guy over here. And if we make this larger, like let's say 0.35, you see this goes up. We can say 0.60, maybe, I don't know. It's completely up to us now. And if we now, these are our meshes. And if I go to Clark, one thing that I'm wondering here is clean, mesh clean. Can do something as such here. Okay. So I type clean, combine and clean. Does this change anything? Let me check real quick. Everything should be connected to here. I'm just checking something really quick. And now, yeah, you see, this mesh is cleaned up and everything works smoothly now. And then what I'll be doing is, this is my meshes that are larger. So I'll be re-putting this into my mesh list. And you can take this guy here as well. Or, I mean, I don't know, why don't we do something like this? Okay, so these are the small meshes and these are the larger meshes. So why don't we take something and everything to this group? And we can say Cotwell Clark subdivision to this, and we can have, I don't know, like maybe 3 for this guy. Okay, it's a bit squeezed, or maybe we can use this one. Maybe it will look better, I don't know. It looks a bit better, I believe. Obviously, I mean, we need to fix these meshes because all this extrusions and all these things are creating sort of the problems here. That's why we are not able to come up with something quite clean. But one thing I wanted to test before we move on is why don't we just take out a box, like a center box. We can create a center box on this plane, right? We can say for the Z value, how does it work? We check this. We can have this like larger or longer. Even more. I mean, what we can do is just type 25. I'm just trying to fix the mesh here. Okay, so we take out this, and if we remap this value, not like that, but like let's say between 2 and 5, just testing it now, not sure if they would work. So they might be a bit large, so not maybe 2 and 5. 5, we do see this only going, oh, they're going only one direction. Okay, so let's leave it aside. I mean, what we can do is we can just play around with what we've done, and let's call it the end for this tutorial. And obviously, if you don't like the ones that are with the courtyards, you can change it up. But I think, okay, what is happening now? Oh yeah, that should change this too. Yeah. Okay. So that is pretty much what we have done. Of course, we can do the same thing for this guy as well. This guys as well. They are, why they're having these boxes around? Of course, these are the boxes. And that's pretty much what we have done for this video. And we've created these like geometries with kind of boxes in between. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, and I'll see you in the next one.